Yeah, Allison and she took a severance package from her job, her full-time job, and one weekend we were driving up to Maine. I've always wanted to do this, but I could never do it by myself. So I said, well, while you're out, why don't you learn the candy with me? You learn it while I'm working, you have the time to do it, and let's see if we can do it. Because we thought it would be pretty cool, and she's always wanted to work in something like some type of food, and I've always wanted to do it because I grew up with it. So this is where we got. We're here now, with a lot of my dad's help. We had to learn to dip. That was the most important thing, and it's very hard. The tempering the chocolate, your body temperature has to be right. It can't be too warm because the chocolate feels cooler. $2.65. And then you can't dip with it cold because it doesn't run right. You can't scroll. If it's too hot, it will streak. So you can dip anything. We do truffles. We do these chocolate-covered cherries, which are a huge seller. Oreos and peanut butter cups. We dip fudge, pretzels, crackers, creams, all flavors. Patties, peppermint patties, wintergreen patties.
Whoa! Wow!
Turtles are another. They have a few steps to them too. So it's not like just taking a cookie and dipping it. You have to make the caramel. You have to funnel the caramel into the turtles. Then you have to cover them with chocolate. So.
There we go.
Isn't that cool? Wait till this crackers. I was telling you can actually touch it now. It's not cool down.
You want to shake hands with it?
No. Sure.
Well, he started out the Candy Cottage when he was 14, and then he brought it back here in '69. So he was doing it here for 38 years.
That looks blue, right?
This was a hobby for him, basically. He was a full-time school teacher for Lancaster Middle School. And then he did this at night.
Making them. They're airy. You know how they have all the little air holes in them? It's because they're machine made. And where these are handmade, there's no air. We got all the air out of these things. Very old-fashioned way of doing it. So it's not gonna, it doesn't get any more old-fashioned than this, you know. So you could say old-fashioned.
I know.
Alice and I have reopened it. We're doing it. We're trying to do it ourselves, but he, of course, has his hands into it. Thank God, still. People yelling at me when I'd run into somebody. Tell your father we're so mad. They were bummed out that he had closed. Oh gosh. The first day we started our grand reopening, there was a line. There were people waiting at like 9:30 in their cars out front of the door. So, yeah, it was kind of cool. And we were nonstop that whole day. Just, it was like a revolving door. All his recipes. Yep, and we're sworn to secrecy.